The Monkey is a movie with a lot to say that completely and utterly fails. Here's why. Imagine this happens. Would you go lay down on your bed and cry about the bowl breaking and how unfair the universe is, or would you go grab a broom and go sweep it up? The answer seems pretty obvious, yet the Monkey makes the case that it might not be so obvious. Was me dropping the bowl part of a grand design or just a freak accident? In this video, we're going to explore both of those ideas and why it doesn't work.
There are no accidents.
Again, the film plays with the duality of is everything an accident or is it a product of divine inspiration? So for this first point, we're going to get into Master Oogway's favorite philosophy. In case you're unaware, The Monkey is a movie about an inverted monkey's paw, where the monkey's paw grants you a wish and in return kills someone close to you. Here, this kid's toy drumming monkey gives you generational trauma and it kills people.
Smiting the ones who deserved it. The ones who didn't. And everyone in between.
The plot revolves around twins who discover this monkey after their father abandons them and their mother. They accidentally use it and it kills their babysitter, and then Hal, our lead, tries to use it to kill his brother in a fit of anger, only to get his mother killed. Naturally, this is a pretty dark story, but it cuts that with some pretty not great humor, which we'll get into more soon.
Everybody dies. Some of us peacefully in our sleep, and some of us horribly, violently, tied up with clothesline and screaming through duct tape over our mouths and all that jazz.
The interesting part of the film is that it strings these series of events under the umbrella of everything happens for a reason. Every character makes decisions that have consequences. Like the monkey's paw, these decisions will then have consequences that ripple downstream. Starting with their literal first scene where Adam Scott, the father of the twins, tries to get rid of the monkey only for it to murder a pawn store owner. Because of this, Adam Scott never comes back. I assume because he doesn't want his family to get killed just like Hal does for his family when he grows up. Abandoning them because he doesn't want them to get killed, that is. This isn't an accident. Adam Scott intentionally tried to get rid of the monkey. He intentionally burned it. And he intentionally walked away from his family. A grand plan by Adam Scott that somewhat mirrors the grand plan of a potential creator. He does things for a reason, but that reason is completely lost on the family he abandoned. Actions have consequences, and the consequence of him being a deadbeat dad is that his family suffers. The rest of the film follows suit in a similar way. Hal uses the monkey to try and kill his twin brother, Will, because Will is horrible to him and gets him bullied at school. The monkey then kills their mother, instead leading Will to be bitter and resentful. All intentional actions taken by characters that were informed by other intentional actions. And all these actions have consequences. However, who the monkey kills is anything but intentional. In fact, it's seemingly random. It takes people close to them, it takes direct family members, and then it just takes random people from around the town, leading us to...
It's all silly and it's all meaningless.
Now, this film also plays around with the idea that nothing is happening for a reason, and everything is just a grand accident, an ongoing car crash that you can't wake up from. One minute you're on the sidewalk, and the next you're a part of the sidewalk. No grand design, just a drunk driver hitting you in a freak accident. The monkey represents that chaos in our lives. Not that he's some kind of divine potter. In fact, he may as well be the devil.
It's basically the devil.
He decides who lives and dies, but there's no rhyme or reason behind it. He just likes killing and picks at random. However, one of the most compelling scenes in the film is when Hal's son finds out he was an accident. Hal was young and dumb and got a girl pregnant, and now he has to live with the consequences. A son! Hal had no intentions of having a kid and was most likely just looking for some fun. Something that happens all too often. Women get pregnant without a plan for it, kids accidentally hurt each other, and the list goes on. Accidents happen, and sometimes it sucks. However, the scene when Hal tells his son he was an accident actually ends with him telling his son that he isn't a mistake. Sure, he was an accident, they didn't plan on having him, but he doesn't view him as an error in his life, or a mistake, or anything of that sort, which means...
My life is nothing but a comedy.
This is where the film gets Joker style. The entire film, and I mean literally every single aspect of it, is a joke.
The coroner said it was an accident, but it was no accident. It was a monkey.
Bill, the monkey that likes killing our family. It's back.
From setting it in 2016 but making it look like the 70s, down to the bloody, graphic kills, it's all played for laughs. Juxtaposition of horrific images with a normal guy dealing with it makes things very clear. That being, life is full of boring accidents or subtle moments of grand design. But when you put a normal, average, mundane guy up against a woman who explodes in an improbable pool accident, it makes you think about things. Life can end at any moment. I could walk out of that door and a cinder block could hit me on the head. I hope it doesn't, knock on wood. But if we take life too seriously, we could completely miss it. Laughing at ourselves and our misfortune is the easiest and quickest way for us to move on from it. Or, as the characters in the film do after a funeral, they go dancing. Again, if you accidentally smashed a bowl like I did, would you go lay down and cry or go clean it up? Life is full of opportunities to give up, and if we do, we are lost, which is the point of the film. Ultimately, it doesn't matter whether or not there is a grand design or if everything is a mad accident. What matters is that we keep on living. The moment we stop our lives because we fear the wrath of a mad monkey, our lives are over. The moment you abandon your family, you've ruined your life and probably theirs by extension. If we live out of fear, we will succumb to it. So take off the serious cape and laugh at yourself when you fall down the stairs. Sometimes the only thing we can say is, that sucks, and move on. However, this is the film's biggest issue, and it almost completely cripples it. It's too funny. And the problem isn't that it's trying to be funny. The problem is that it's trying way too hard to be funny.
Things have been a bit messy around here. Yeah, your aunt, of course, was Monday.
Have you been up there? It's like that restaurant. Spaghetti City.
Again, life is 99% mundane moments. Waking up, brushing your teeth, taking a shower, going to work, sweeping up a broken plate, and going to sleep again is just an average day. In fact, so little of interest happens in everyday life that we frequently tell our coworkers about us being sick. That's the most interesting thing that happened to me this week. I got sick. Then there's the 1% of the time when your friend falls down a flight of stairs or throws up on grandma after eating too much. Moments like that create memories because they not only break up the monotony of everyday life, but they're hilarious. Monkey doesn't understand that simple fact. Juxtaposing the horrific violence in the film with a mumblecore family drama would have been incredible. A father trying to reconnect with his son, a brother trying to show his twin that he's grown up. That is the heart of the film, and even that is played for laughs, completely diminishing it. Everyone is constantly saying this witty dialogue or giving these over-the-top performances, making the violence less over-the-top and thus less funny.
But there aren't any cobras in Maine, I mean, are there?
Well, there was the one.
Top Secret isn't funny because it had a bar fight underwater. It was funny because it had a bar fight underwater that they took seriously. So that message that life shouldn't be taken seriously in The Monkey kind of falls apart when you don't take anything seriously. If you want to have this message, you have to have your characters take things seriously in the first place to learn that they shouldn't. To learn that in the moments of horrific violence or of abnormal things happening, that laughing it off is going to help them. But if the whole movie, they're just cracking jokes, then they don't learn anything. The only thing that our main character Hal learns is that he shouldn't be a loser. The end.